She's at a place in her life where peace is a priority and negativity cannot exist. She's no longer matching energy. She's simply removing herself from any situation that doesn't vibrate her soul. So if you start moving funny, she's moving on.
What's up, my Fina love? Sisters Fina D coming to you all from Vina Tima News.
She's an icon, she's a legend, and she is the moment.
I'm so sorry. Molly and production chasing Kenya around the house. What is wrong with Twitter? Yeah, it looked like one of those Maury episodes where he says you are not the father, and the cameraman or woman, be keeping up with those people running backstage acting a fool. Kenya, when Marlo was starting up on her at the driveway, and of all the people that chose Prince, remember the story that Kenya told about the famous person being Prince? Marlo thought she was more valuable to Bravo than Kenya, and this was Marlo's issue. Since she wants to come on my trip and everyone is dancing with her, happy that she's here and she's bringing in the good vibes, even though I won't admit it, I'm going to put my foot down and show her who's boss. And production did not only chase Kenya around, they sat in our driveway for over an hour and Kenya went on a trip. You are not about to tell me what I can and can't do. And Marlo had no choice but to play it off and pretend like, you know what, I jumped on this trampoline and the Lord told me to let it go. I'm like, girl, and sit down. Okay, this is a job. And the reason why at the end she was able to say, you all can leave, basically Bravo got what they wanted. They got all the drama. They got the scenes they needed. At this point, they did not care anymore. So Marlo, if you want to stay behind and cover your own tab, go ahead and do it. We got what we wanted and needed. So we don't care if you want to behave like you have the power to kick the ladies out. Go ahead and do your thing. We already got all the footage and drama that we needed. Now, I did do a video about Candy and Fatum confirming that Marlo said some below the belt disgusting things about Kenya Moore's daughter that Bravo did not air. So if you missed that video, click the very first link in the description below to watch that video. Everything I had to say about that and Candy reaction is in that video, so I will not be addressing it in here. I want to get straight to my commentary, so let's move on. As you can see, this episode was hilarious. The tweets had me in tears, and we will be here all day. So let me just get into my review and my commentary. And if I can squeeze some tweets in between while I'm talking about the episode, I will do that because I don't want to be all over the place with the tweets. So let me start from the beginning of the episode. Okay, so the episode starts with the girls in the car chatting about, their plans for the trip. Marlo does a PSA. If Kenya doesn't come tonight, I don't want her to come on the trip. It's like, girl, hush, okay? So Kenya didn't sleep at the house. She slept in her own cabin. And Marlo's behavior proved exactly the reason why Kenya wanted her own cabin with Brooklyn. Who wants their child around that? If I say I don't want to talk to you right now, leave me alone. You have all of these other girls here on this trip to support you. Why do you need to have a one-on-one conversation with me? We're going to get to that. But my point is, imagine Brooklyn being there and watching this hot mess. Point proven. Why she got her own spot? Because she had her daughter with her. And for the people thinking, oh, Marlo have enough sense that if Brooklyn was there, she would have behaved differently. Marlo is so sick. She would have been like, nah, Brooklyn needs to see her mother in action. Brooklyn needs to see how her mother is this, that. Yeah, but Marlo doesn't care. And her obsession with Kenya Moore, soon-to-be ex-husband Mark Daly, I can clearly see Marlo saying to Brooklyn, hey, Brooklyn, how's daddy? Exactly. So, Kenya, good job. And also, you don't want your child, innocent, beautiful spirit being next to that demon. Absolutely not. So I'm glad that Kenya kept her daughter out of that environment. So they wake up the next morning. If that moment right there with Kenya running towards that house at a certain time doesn't prove to you Kenya was there to work, then I don't know what else. Because ain't no way I'm waking up at 9 a.m. or whatever when I'm supposed to be relaxing on this minification, the rush to the house of a woman who's extremely disrespectful to me. I'm taking my own time, but my point, regardless of the person hosting the trip, this is a job. They're all getting paid. So even though I might not get along with you, I'm still coming because Brava cuts my check and this is a job. And so according to their job, the schedule was we need you to be here at a certain time. And that's why Kenya was running towards the house. So this whole, I'm the boss. And when I said do this, do that. And Malo, if she was smart, she could have actually played off this moment on social media and be like, yep, I told her to show up. Look at her running to the house. I knew she was going to abide by my rules. Exactly. And play off it. And of course, Kenya would have called her out. She's getting dragged on social media too much. So she took a break from Twitter. And then she posted about the robbery after the episode on Instagram because the dragging was too much. And regardless of how you feel about someone, when you see or hear them posting about something terrible happening to them, of course, you're going to put those things aside and be like, oh, we're so sorry. We're glad that you're okay. She posted videos and her nephews are in the videos and everything. So who's going to go to your page and drag you at that point when you're talking about things that happen to you? And I'm going to talk about that more in a different video. Let's stay focused. But I didn't plan on staying on this moment for this long. So let's move on to more important things in the episode. I can't believe I just spent all this time talking about Kenya simply walking into a house. That's why the review be extra long for no reason. Okay, next. They're getting breakfast and whatever. And then Mala says, this one girl might be popping up. She might not be popping up. Basically telling the person in the kitchen that, making enough food for all of us here, but there might be one more person popping up. All right, so Drew starts talking about, hopefully Fatum doesn't come on the trip. She doesn't understand why Sheree keeps putting her in these awkward situations. So Kenya came in the house and the vibes are just amazing. Everyone is dancing, even Flip Flopper, Bone Collector, Carrier, whatever, Sonia. She's dancing with Kenya. Everyone that encountered Kenya, excluding Malo, they are all happy to see Kenya. Kenya brought nothing but positivity and good vibes. Nothing about Kenya scream, I'm here to mess up your trip. I'm here to be negative. So Kenya came in the house. She's talking about sleeping in her own cabin on the lake and how the view was beautiful. Kenya says hi. So Malo then comes down. She see everybody vibing with Kenya. She tries to give Kenya a hug, but then she catches herself because she noticed that Kenya is not the one to be fake, okay? You are not about to drag me and call me every name and then give me this fake hug. It's not happening. So Milo lifted her hand in the air like she was going to give Kenya a hug and her hand just stuck there because, girl, bye. Kenya doesn't play those funny games. She basically left Milo hanging in the air. Kenya continues to dance with everyone ignoring Milo. As Kenya is dancing and being happy and bringing the vibes and positivity, I keep saying vibes because that's the word Milo kept using that Kenya ruined and killed. Kenya is dancing and having a great time. Mala goes, Kenya isn't going to kill my vibe. That's why I keep using that word. How does someone's light and being happy, how does that trigger and bother your soul that in that moment you couldn't say, I'm just happy that Kenya is here. She's getting along with everybody. And I'm just glad we're all happy and laughing. Okay. I don't want no drama on my trip. How does that trigger you and lead you to say, I'm not going to allow Kenya to mess up my vibe? Of course, I'm not going to acknowledge you if every time we have a disagreement, or I don't bow down to you, or things don't go your way, you hit below the belt. This is one of the many reasons why people keep calling out her obsession with QueenYa. Let's go back to the last episode. Sonia meant well. She came in and she said, I know this is Milo trip, but just letting you all know that we are going to Jamaica. Yay, big deal compared to a cabin 1 hour away from our homes. Great. Everyone celebrated. Had QueenYa did that, Milo would have made a big deal. There goes QueenYa being jealous, insecure. She couldn't just allow me to have my moment. She didn't even pull me aside to let me know, hey girl, is it okay to announce my trip here? She just came in and hijacked my trip to say, look, I can do something better, okay? I can one up on you. I'm taking you all to Jamaica. She would have made a big deal. We did not get to this point yet. We will get to it, but Drew already had her salad, her food, whatever she was eating before Milo started talking at the end. So when Milo said, I want to talk to all of you, Drew had her food in her hand. But had that been QueenYa, Milo would have made a big deal again. Here I am trying to talk to all of you. QueenYa, can you stop eating? So that's my point. Other people are doing things that other people are letting slide because it's not a big deal. But everything QueenYa Moore does is a big deal to Milo because QueenYa triggers something in her and remind her of her unresolved childhood issues that I'm glad that she's speaking to a counselor. In Milo's eyes, this is my trip. I'm the one who's dressed up in designer and going above and beyond to make sure everything is perfect. And then QueenYa Moore walks in with her black leggings, her simple top, her jacket to keep her warm. And the whole house is, yay, it's a party, dancing. That triggers someone like Milo so. But the problem is Milo lacks self-esteem and she's insecure. Because if Milo was secure within herself and had confidence, she used her fashion to make her feel important and to make her feel like I belong in that room because I have on these labels. And all of those things comes from within. You don't get them based on what you put on your body. And that's the reason why with all of the labels and everything she claims that she have, she is still unhappy. She is still hurting and she is still going through it. So until she looks deep down inside and seek the answer and get the proper help, not TV help, but the proper help that she needs, not storyline help, she will get there. And as this episode progressed, even though I was laughing, it was hilarious, I did start to feel bad about Milo and have some pity on her and see that the demons, and I'm not being funny, the demons that she's battling and everything she's going through, it's deeper than her obsession with QueenYa. And so I really do wish Milo well, and I hope she gets the help that she needs. When you're supposed to be happy that people are having fun in your trip, QueenYa Moore light shouldn't trigger anything in you. But that's her problem with rejection, and she needs to work on that. Or her event. I changed 3 times. I'm wearing designers. And QueenYa Moore comes in here with a custom-made piece that was a replica of the original piece, and she still stole my shine. This is my event, and all eyes are on QueenYa, and everyone is praising QueenYa on social media about how beautiful she looks. But this is about me, 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 me. She is still in that 5-year-old little girl that she claims QueenYa Moore is. That's her mindset right there. Okay, let's get back on track. My goodness. So Sonia goes to QueenYa, and she says Milo has something for you and wants you to get it. So QueenYa said, yeah, I'm not in a hurry. QueenYa said, I didn't bring my sage with me. I don't know what type of demons she has in it, okay? At this point, I'm with QueenYa. The same thing I said where Brooklyn was holding Malo's leg. I said, get away from that demon. So yeah, Malo's spirit is just off. And QueenYa says she's walking around with a lot of demons. So Sonia goes in confessionals and she's like, if she feels this strongly about Milo, I'm not sure she should be here. Girl, hush. You just got here. You've witnessed Marlo coming into QueenYa's personal space and QueenYa putting her hands up to protect her face because we all know Marlo is a slasher. I'm not being funny. We all know what she did to that lady, and that lady is no longer with us. May her soul rest in peace. Then you were there and you witnessed Marlo body shaming QueenYa. You have witnessed Marlo be disgusting and hitting below the belt. I'm not saying QueenYa Moore is a saint, but everyone can see Marlo been starting with QueenYa this season. You've witnessed everything, but you want to sit here and turn a side eye and pretend like Marlo is this perfect and innocent person and QueenYa is the one being difficult when you're the same person that flip on Drew like that. But if you're new and you're witnessing this Marlo woman throw the friend word around, but every time she gets upset, she goes below the belt like that to her friend, that's not even someone I would want to mess with, knowing, wait, if that's how you treat your friend, girl, I don't want nothing to do with you. That's the energy Sonya should have, because that's the energy she's having with Drew. So I'm like, girl, hush, you just got here. You don't call the shots. So Sonya is like, Marlo's going through so much and she needs people who love and support her in this moment. And I'm just like, girl, I know you've been watching The Real Housewives of Atlanta to prepare yourself to get here. I know you've seen this show. How many trips have these women been on that they can't stand each other, but every single one of them, they go on the trip? It's Bravo. You are aware. Stop doing this whole let me fake it for TV and pretend that it's really Marlo's trip. No, some of them suggest different trips in production. So, okay, we agree with that idea. Let's do it. By the end of the day, it's a job and you all were there to work. Behaving like Marlo took money out of her own pocket and paid for this trip. Girl, bye. Talking about, Marlo puts out this hard shell, but she admires QueenYa. Tell us something we don't already know, Sonya. We know all of this. Who wants to be friends with someone like that? That every time something doesn't go your way, yep, she about to cuss me out. I don't want a friendship like that. That's abusive. Verbal abuse, being emotionally abusive is a thing. I don't want to have any parts of a friendship with someone like that. And this right here is the reason why Marlo got upset that Sonya invited Candy and QueenYa to her mommy nation, whatever, for the shoot, because this is what Marlo wanted. She was so upset and gossiping with Sheree that Sonya was getting close to Candy and QueenYa, because to her, oh my goodness, I need an ally. I need someone on my side. Why is she going over there? And this is exactly what Marlo wanted, and she got it. So QueenYa, once again, thinking she and Sonya, they're cool, she starts to express, herself to Sonya and her childhood and running away and certain things that she's been through, because the whole situation with Marlo giving her boys away, even if it was just for 30 days, really was personal to QueenYa because of her own situation. QueenYa did not say anything negative about those boys. She just said that that's not something you do because this is how they're going to feel. And then she said, and the reason why I'm saying that, here's my own experience. I'm going to be vulnerable and open up to you, Sonya. And what's even more disgusting is Marlo grew up in foster care. Her own mother gave her away. So Marlo knows what it feels like. And Marlo is still battling those demons today. And that's why she's the way that she is. So she knows what it feels like firsthand. So she, of all people, shouldn't be doing that. But like I said in my review, when she did this, I said, in as much as I'm not here for it, I would rather someone asking for help and doing this than to snap and then do something bad and do something that they can't take back. So I'm glad that her sister stepped up to help with the boys. And QueenYa said, that offends me as a mom. And Sonya goes, I actually like both QueenYa and Marlo, and I'm hoping, they could work it out. Most of you have seen the episode, so there's no reason for me to go play by play. I'm just going to move forward by giving my opinion. For those of you who no longer watch The Real Housewives of Atlanta and leave comments like, thank you for giving play-by-play. I will be here for an entire hour if I repeat every single thing that happened. So I'm going to do a rapid round and end it because I'm already almost at 20 minutes. So Sonia talks to QueenYa. She goes and she finds Sheree, who is very excited that QueenYa is there. My point, if QueenYa is such a vibe killer and a bad person, why is everyone so happy that she's there? Of course, Milo, obsession. Anyways, let's move on. They get to Milo room, right? And the way how Sonia explained the story, she made it sound like QueenYa was coming for the boys and being negative towards the boys, which is not true. So Sonia is messed up for that. Milo was already disgusting to QueenYa, so she felt like, okay, this gave me an excuse to be worse to QueenYa at this point because she said these things about my boys, okay? Fatum comes in, you already know Fatum and Drew. You know, say Drew is not happy that Fatum is there. You know, she gets a warm welcome and all of that. Milo insists that QueenYa talks to her. I'm here for QueenYa saying absolutely not. I'm not doing it. For those of you who watch Speak on It, QueenYa and Fatum said that production cut out a lot from that episode. So imagine QueenYa going in a space with Milo, just the two of them, and something happening, and Bravo choosing that they are never ever going to show the clip again. And it doesn't matter if one person is on social media being dragged and bullied, they don't care. I'm glad that QueenYa is smart enough to beat Bravo at their own game and said, no, whatever you have to say in front of everybody. And this is where my issue with Kandi comes in. There's absolutely nothing wrong with having friends who can hold you accountable. Those are amazing friends. You don't want friends around you who bow down to you and everything is, yep, you got it. You want friends that can put you in check. However, there's a difference between your friends holding you accountable and then your friends that constantly insist that you tolerate your abusers at a personal level. QueenYa is a businesswoman. I might not be here for Milo, but we all have a job to do. So I'm going to show up for the trip. I'm going to be pleasant. I'm physically going to be there. It doesn't mean I have to interact with you. I'm doing my job. I'm here. I don't have to acknowledge you. That's what I mean. So wanting people to talk things out and move on so the group is not awkward is one thing. But when someone have told you, I do not want to, then you have to back off and give them that space to process. And when they are ready, they will. The same way how everybody have backed up and allow you the space, no matter how many years later it's been, for you to not want to talk to a certain person. We're not going to say her name. You even said that if that person came back on this show, you will gracefully bow out and leave. And you don't see no one rushing you to have conversations with that person, even though what that person did doesn't compare to what's going on right now. I'm just saying, however, you of all people should understand when people are saying, I don't want to do certain things. And who are we to measure and compare people hurt? QueenYa is hurt and she's doing her best to cope, and so she's paying that person dust. She's always wanted children. She finally got pregnant, and this person went in a campaign trashing her through her entire pregnancy. She let it go. Now that her adorable daughter is here, this person is now repeating something her best friend that used to be on the show said, that Brooklyn isn't QueenYa's daughter, and saying some disgusting things. So then you can't insist that QueenYa go and have a one-on-one conversation with someone who continuously hit below the belt, someone who's verbally abusive. You can't do that. As her friend, it's your job to say, okay, QueenYa, I got you. I'm going to back off. So when QueenYa said, I'm not talking to someone who continued to insult me, basically in summary, if she comes correct, maybe. And then Kandi got quiet. But Kandi did the same thing, insisted that QueenYa drop the charges against Portia and whatever it happened, let it go, and downplayed what Portia did to QueenYa. Kandi always does this. QueenYa is the one that should let things go, to the point where there are times where QueenYa even apologized to the people who were wrong to her. Like I said, for the 150th time, I'm not saying that QueenYa is a saint. I'm just saying when it comes to QueenYa, it's always let it go. But when it comes to other people, then they should be coddled and protected. Oh, understand, give them time to process and all of that. A real friend will back off and give their real friend time to process and understand where they're coming from. Candy literally grabbed Kenya's hand in Greece. Kenya had to remove her hand from Candy. Let me go, Candy. And then Candy woke up the next day. Oh, you hit me. She didn't hit you. She was just saying I'm an adult. If I do not want to talk to the woman who just tried to spit on me, then I'm not going to. You can't insist that I talk to someone who thinks so low of me that they thought their nasty spit deserved to hit my skin. Also, I'm aware that Candy is not obligated to look out for Kenya, to care, or anything. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just talking about, since everyone keeps screaming that, oh no, she's not a flip-flopper, they're friends. I'm not saying they're not friends. I'm just saying sometimes the things she does is like, side-eye, side-eye. But Candy was in her selfish, moment. I want to get out of here. You and Milo are going in circles. She wants to talk to you. Girl, go and talk to Milo so we can leave. That's how she saw it. I don't even think she took it that deep as I'm taking it, but I'm making Candy aware, regardless if she hear this or not. In her eyes, girl, if you don't go over there and talk to Milo so we can get out of here, I'm over it. That's where she was. But not once did she put herself in Kenya's shoes and say, okay, wait a minute, I might be over it, but I can see where she's coming from. Will I want to have a one-on-one conversation with someone who every time things don't go their way, they then start hitting below the belt and calling me every name in the book? Probably not. She just wasn't thinking that way. Lastly, and we can move on from this, I'm here for Kenya Moore beating Bravo at their own game. The last time you wiped out an entire footage and then left me hanging as social media dragged me for questioning someone's activism, but then not showing why that activism was questioned. You want me to have a private conversation with Milo, so God forbid something happens, you can wipe out the tape and say it's a lie. I didn't touch Kenya. I didn't do anything. Absolutely not. You're going to talk to me right here in front of everybody. Milo said no, she's not going to talk to Kenya in front of everybody. So Kenya said, okay, then I'm done. All right. So everyone, they're ready to leave. And Milo still want to go back and forth with Kenya. So Sheree jumps in front of her and raises her voice at her. Milo gets upset because she wants people to stop thinking she's this violent person. Girl, I know it's been years and you've been doing good, not getting locked up because, the last time you were over there, they told you, if we ever see your face again, we are locking you up and throwing away the key. So kudos to you for staying out of trouble. But Sheree was just trying to look out for you. And Milo got upset. I'm not this violent person. And, long story short, everyone went outside. Now let's go back inside real quick. The business advice and Kenya and Candy going above and beyond to help Sheree. Kudos to the both of you. If you watched the episode, you saw we are tired, okay? We just ready to see some fashion show with fashion and a link to click. Let's move on to get outside. Of course, production shows Kenya. We're not going anywhere without her. You want to block the driveway, do whatever. We're not leaving if Kenya Moore is not coming. The end. I love how Kenya held Sonia accountable. You don't get to come to my face and be Milo advocate and do all of these things, but yet you're being a hypocrite right now. And then Sonia got upset. Kenya told her to get out of my face, and I was here for it. Why are you going back and forth doing all of this when you have witnessed Milo being disrespectful to me? Milo was mocking Kenya and praying, calling her 60, and Sonia was laughing, doing the prayer, and it was all good. She didn't check Milo. But however, here she is at the car trying to, girl, bye, get out of my face. And then she looked like this. The moment Kenya called her out, now her face wants to turn like this. I have a separate video coming up on Sonia. And Sonia did all of this. Yes, Milo is a hot mess. And she was going to continue to come after Kenya. But the way how Sonia went back and told Milo the story led to all of this. And that's why she was desperately trying to play peacemaker. Candy said she also went to Kenya's car, but we didn't get to see that. Telling Kenya, girl, just stay back so we can go. If you click the very first link in the description below, you will hear me talk about it, okay? Of course, Candy, Mayetta, let's go take pictures on the trampoline. Everyone is jumping. Kenya is jumping. Here goes Malo, making comments again, calling Kenya the devil. Kenya is not even hearing her. Kenya is having a good time, paying her dust, okay? Of course, we heard the argument outside. I've already repeated what Kenya said. That's why I'm not really going to touch on it. The extended trailer we saw, I already talked about it. Milo basically saying no one would take me away from my nephews, and Kenya saying yeah because you gave them away. Eventually Milo realized that, you know what, I'm not going to win. This is the Kenya Moore show. She's the moment. Production isn't going anywhere without her, so I'm going to lie and pretend like when I was jumping the trampoline I hit the heavens and I've changed my mind. So I'm going to pretend like, you know what, I don't care. Whatever. Kenya was going to come regardless. You don't get to tell me where I can and can't go. I'm going, okay? Just when you thought everything was all good, here comes Drew and Fatum. Fatum, hot mess. I have a separate video coming up on her as well. Team too much, hot mess, doing everything to stay on the show. Sheree, yes, it's your fault. Okay, so yeah, Fatum is a hot mess. However, Drew did call that woman the B word. So Drew said, I'm not riding in the car with this B. And she just lost it after that, but she was just doing too much. Drew starts barking. Of course, the producers messed up. Did not show that part in order. 1 minute Drew is barking and they're outside. The next minute at night, Drew is throwing Fatum a bone. Basically, you know, yes, your treat. You trick your dog, put it in your mouth and be quiet. Lord, hot mess. And then here comes Mayetta. Girl, bye. Okay, you've been on reality TV before. You have seen women going back and forth, arguing, all of that. So this whole, oh my gosh, Candy, where did you bring me? Why can't we all just uplift each other? Listen, I am here for that message. The God bless attitude, being positive at all times, seeing the good in every situation. I get it, but please don't come on this platform and pretend like you've never seen this before when you've been on TV before, on a reality TV show. You've had your own drama and all of that. Let us not act brand new. They eventually leave. They get to the place to do the gym mining and all of that. And the guy is, I don't like calling that guy name or acknowledging him. It's on the screen. He's the orange guy supporter. Now, look, I know people were cheering Kenya on. I'm just like, girl, I'm not here for the orange guy as well. But people are allowed to rock with who they want to rock with. And if you want to get home back to Brooklyn, girl, stop touching that man's stuff. He wasn't happy. So, you know, Drew called the activity corny. You know, they did what they did. They get back to the house. Marlo calls a meeting. In the midst of Marlo meeting, here comes Drew and Fatum going at it again. Now, I do have to acknowledge that Fatum did try. She did apologize for her behavior and all of that, but it didn't work. She got in an argument again. And at the end of everything, which I'm going to get to, Fatum, you need to know when to say when. Even her own friend Sheree started screaming at her, telling her to relax and just leave Marlo alone. So we shall see what's going to happen next week. At this point, Marlo is like, I want you all to leave. If you watched the episode, you saw that part. And this part was so funny to me because I'm just like, and now look at you. You did all of that and she still kick you out too. At this point, production is like, Marlo, you can have it. We got enough footage for this episode. We don't care if you want to stay behind. We good. Kenya already had her own cabin anyway, so Kenya wasn't tripping. Marlo over there crying, fake crying, whatever Marlo is going through, I do wish her the best. Bottom line, Marlo ruined her own trip because of her obsession with Kenya Moore. Okay, so what? Kenya Moore doesn't want to talk to you. Every other woman on that trip, they were there for you. You could have ignored Kenya and enjoy your trip, enjoy your time. You and Kenya can coexist in the same room. That's one thing about Kenya. She's going to come, be professional, be a boss, and get her check and make her bag. And that's that. Your obsession and not knowing when to say when ruin your trip. Anyways, if I missed anything, let me know and I will talk about it in the next few videos. But it's getting late and I really need to get my review up. I'm wishing all of you well and take care. And here my final loves. Thank you all for your love and support. If you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and leave this video a thumbs up. Also turn on notifications so when I do post, you're aware that I posted. And I will see you all in the comment section. Remember to always have the God bless attitude, which is being positive at all times and seeing the good in every situation. Have a great day, guys. God bless.